Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. This video is going to be a little different. This is going to be a new series that I'm starting that I'm going to call the Random Wheel Challenge. Today we're just doing it solo to see how I like it and if there's anything I can do to change it to make it better. But the premise of this is I created a couple different types of wheels to spin to see what type of car we end up with overall. The idea is to choose a car that you like and just stick with it. So I've chosen this Audi, but there's a caveat. One of the punishments that I might end up with is a front-wheel drive car, so I will have to choose a front-wheel drive car if it ends up giving me one. So, transfer over to the second monitor here. First of all, this is yes or no for a punishment. We have no weighted a little heavier, so we have a higher chance of ending up on no. Looks like we're not getting a punishment this time. Here is what the punishments would be. We have S2, front-wheel drive, off-road tires, or no downforce. Those are all just different things we could do to make it a little bit more difficult, but since we don't need those, we will go over to class of race. We have B, A, or S1. Also, one of the punishments is S2. So we ended up with B, which is our Audi already is B, so let's see what type of racing we're going to be doing. We've got dirt, cross-country road, street drift, or event lab. Event lab. So we have to do a B-class car for event lab races, which means we have no idea how we're going to be building this, and it's not going to matter anyway because the races are all going to be crazy anyway, so this ought to be fun. Alright, I think we're just going to tune our Audi for overall. We're just probably going to throw a meta tune on it and hope for the best. Leave it all-wheel drive. We're going to put some downforce on it. We're going to put rally tires on it. Oh, it has to be B-class, so we can't. We're going to have to leave the stock tires on it. Alright, so we got stock tires, rally suspension, basically just everything set up to be a meta tune, and we will meta tune it, and we have a car that will work for our event labs. Alright, so we basically just threw, it's got regular tires, we put aero and rally suspension on it, added a little extra power, upgraded the transmission the whole way, and here we are with the car that we are going to use. Now, I haven't figured out how I'm going to choose the event lab races, but I think we're just going to end up doing like top of the day or top of the month, something like that. But we have to have something that will allow us to have either B-class cars currently or whatever our current car is. I think we're just going to go through and choose something that will actually work because there's a lot of these that aren't actually going to work. So we're going to go with the editor's choice, and I believe the Greenstone National Circuit is the one we're going to start off with. Because we want AI to be able to race. Alright, we're going to set these guys to Pro to give us a little bit of a challenge, and then we are going to start this race. If I remember this one correctly, it is a little bit graphically straining, as you can see top right. I'm running a 3070 on high, and pretty much everything's on ultra, and it's having a little bit of a hard time staying above 60 frames a second, but we're alright. See if we can beat these drivatars that we set to Pro difficulty. Oh, come on. Why are we not able to pass a big F350? Come on. Maybe it's a forfeit, whatever. We're not losing to a Ford. Big old Ford truck. And we're in a freaking Audi Quattro. Come on. This car is actually quite good. I'm surprised. Come on, let's get past him. I typically play on highly skilled, so switching us up to Pro is a little bit more difficult than I am used to. We've got some time to catch up to these guys. Come on, come on. We're lacking power in the straights. I think that's what we get for putting the arrow on. But it will help us in the corners more so than the power in the straights will, I think. Yes, sir. It's better than crashing into a tree. Oh, squeeze past him. Yeah, there we go. Well, we got in front of him, and we built a decent car. I think from now on, when we do these races, or when I do these races, if I'm doing them with friends or whatever, we will be showing the whole race, but probably not on this one. Next race, I have to find like a dirt race or something that's not just perfect for the car that I built, because that is what I ended up doing this time on accident. I didn't even realize. The goal is to build a car that can tackle pretty much anything and hope for the best instead of just building a Metatune car. So we got to choose something a little bit more difficult for us. This is a nice looking track though. Whoever built this put a lot of time and energy into it, and it is nice. Yeah, this car handles really well on road. This is going to be a car that I will like actually use in racing. This would be good in like Horizon Open. Which reminds me, next time we will be doing probably Horizon Open. It will be random Horizon Open for a specific class, but it will be any type of like discipline. Here we are crossing the finish line. Not half bad. Now we gotta find something that's a little bit more challenging for the car. Alright, there we go. Let's go. We've got dirt selected. Let's see what pops up. We don't want the freaking SP Farm. East Mangrove Circuit. There we go. This should be dirt, and we should be good still with the car. Looks like we're not racing any AI, but we're still going to try and set a good time. Gives us a chance to see how the car does on the dirt. Alright, let's see how she does on the dirt. This is the whole idea behind building this car, is to see how it does across everything. Not too bad. Not too bad considering it's on stock tires. Means it has significantly less grip than even off-road tires would provide, so that's saying something. Oh, of course we hit the tree. Yeah, this thing handles really, really well on dirt. I am surprised thoroughly that the tune we put in this thing is letting it do this. Typically when I tune something meta for on-road, it does not perform as well off-road, but this one's doing quite well. I don't know if it's the tire compound or the downforce or what's holding it to the road so good, but it is fantastic right now. This here is actually going to be one of the cars that I use online, I think. I would use this in Horizon Open in both dirt and on-road because it is a fantastic car. Now, I'm just going to leave this whole flying hot lap in and we'll see how we do. Our best time is 4:01 for one lap. That corner wasn't the greatest. Neither was that one. We're just struggling right now. Alright, we improved by 8 or 9 seconds, which is pretty dang good. I do not feel like completing this race because there's still another 2 laps and it is a 3-minute lap time each. But needless to say, we did pretty good with this car. It does all these corners exceptionally well. The only time that could be increased from this is from me. So let's go and see if we can find one more. I think we're going to try a cross country. Alright, instead of doing cross country, because there's not going to be any good ones on here, we are going to do one of my personal favorites, the Vulcan Toge Night. Here is the event info if you want to use this. This is a sick race. The guy who did this race put a lot of time into it. And it's just a pleasure to drive on. Now let's go cruising down this nighttime freaking downhill toge that looks sick. Obviously, this first part is uphill, and then it will gently set us back down onto the street down here and send us on our way down the mountain. I like all the street lights, even though it's not extremely realistic. I can't talk. The wall rails are definitely, and he added extra trees and stuff to make it not look so much like a barren volcano and more like a mountain pass. These light poles do not move, though. They are unbreakable. If you hit one, you stop dead. The tires around the bottom are, at least. If you were to actually hit the light pole, it would fall over, but you'd have to be in the air to do that. This is a beautiful pass. It looks fantastic. And our B-Class random car that we ended up building is quite good. It handles it quite well. Oh. Right as I was saying that, it does handle it quite well, though. That was on me. We took that corner too fast. It is handling these corners really quite well. I am quite surprised at how well this thing is doing on stock tires, and I do not know why it's doing so well. Maybe it's just the meta tune. I don't know. I wasn't expecting this. Flying into this corner. Do a 6 slide. We are really hauling down this mountain, too. Oh, careful. He did, I believe, add that rock and tree there, so you couldn't really cut the corner. But if you come into that corner real fast, you will do what I did last time I was racing with my buddy and just nail that rock. Caused me to lose. give her some slide. Man, it's a good thing we didn't get drift, because if we did, this car would not be doing too well. We could probably make it work, but I don't think it would be super great. Oh, nailed the pole. Nice. Yeah, those tires don't move. It's not great. I guess it is more realistic, because if you hit a light pole with a car like that, it would not move. And you would probably die. But this is Forza. I can drive through trees. It should be fine, right? With the curb. Slow down for the corner, clip the inside. Oh, too fast. That's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for us. This car ended up really, really well. Somehow, someway, we built a decent B-class car that does good on dirt and road. So, I mean, I guess it is what it is. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys on the next one.